I have a crazy idea. What if we just ban K-pop idols from TikTok? Guys, hear me out. Cortis is a 5-member group under Hybe labels and bighit music, and they recently got into some controversy over a TikTok video that they made. Now, just to give you a little bit of background about Cortis, their whole thing is coloring outside of the lines and being really collaborative in their process and spreading their own message. But things got a little bit heated when that message included taking elements of Black culture and then juxtaposing it with Christmas music for the purposes of comedy, I guess. Overall, the end product was a video that wasn't very funny, and honestly, it was just very weird. But this is just emblematic of a few issues that K-pop has in general. But hi, welcome to the channel. I have been talking about a lot of K-pop music industry related things lately, but I like other things like movies and TV and internet stuff. So if you like any of those things, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you can stay up to date with literally everything. All right, on to the video. The first reason why it's a problem is bighit specific, and the other reason is a little bit more general to the entire K-pop industry. Bighit is a deeply unserious company that will use Black people as a way to make money. And this can really be seen with old BTS. In the beginning, BTS was supposed to be a hip-hop group. The CEO of bighit Entertainment, that's what it was called at the time, saw Rap Monster and was like, oh, I need that. And there was going to be a hip-hop group kind of formed around him. However, given where music was at the time, in the CEO's mind, he was like, okay, maybe it'll make more sense to do an idol group. And that idol group became BTS. However, even though they weren't strictly a hip-hop group, they kept their hip-hop concept when they debuted as an idol group. You can tell from the concept photos alone that they were really, leaning into some of the visuals of hip-hop through their look, and with their sound, they were leaning into like a 90s rap sound as well. So they were trying to stick to that hip-hop vibe, which is not necessarily a problem, but when you get to the point where you're taking different parts of a culture and using it as a costume, that is where the problem comes in. There was even a point in their career where multiple members were wearing Black hairstyles as part of their hip-hop concept. Hairstyles that Black people wear have such a deep history and are incredibly politicized, so to use them as part of some persona is incredibly disrespectful to everything we have been through as a people. Thankfully, BTS is not on that wave anymore, but that doesn't make their previous actions any less hurtful. It's still hurtful and it's still disrespectful. BTS has such an incredible legacy, and that is what Hybe has been built off of. That sort of legacy is what Cortis is supposed to be ushering in the next generation of. BTS still has an incredible legacy that continues on to this day. They're going to be releasing new music. But Cortis's issue is not unique at all, I fear. It's an issue that's been around since the dawn of anti-Black racism. The people in charge, the people up top, do not actually respect Black people. I can't speak for how the artists feel because I literally don't know them, but it is clear from the things that have been able to be approved and put out to the world that as a company, the company doesn't care about Black people for real. They don't care about respecting our culture, and they don't care about the creations of Black artists. In the TikTok video, Cortis is presenting themselves in a way that has been very commonly seen with certain rappers, and these rappers usually have some sort of gang or criminal or whatever sort of affiliation that they are speaking to and portraying within their videos. Now, these rappers may make it seem cool and stuff, but gang violence is a very real part of what Black Americans have to deal with on a day-to-day. Being in an impoverished area and feeling like your way to improve your situation is by doing things that are not within the bounds of the law is something that a lot of people have to deal with. And while it isn't the most beautiful or fun part of our culture, it's still a part of our culture. These different elements that are supposed to make you think of people who would be involved in that activity. There's different elements in the TikTok video that are supposed to be symbols that communicate something to us. They aren't saying the words that we're trying to appear like gangbangers. They don't say that with their mouths, but they say that with their actions. So what we can glean from that is that they see those videos, not them specifically, but somebody in that realm sees those videos and think that, oh, this is a funny joke. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. The reality of gang violence and gun violence and the absolute treacherous horrors of poverty are so real for so many Black Americans. And even for the Black Americans that are well-to-do, we all have to deal with the consequences of the stereotypes that are formed based on people's shallow interpretations of our cultures. I don't think it's funny to try to take the parts that you think look cool without really showing an understanding of the context for how we got there. People don't wake up one day, sane people don't wake up one day and say, I'm doing pretty well in life, but I think I'm going to join a gang. I think I'm going to participate in some criminal activity. Yeah, I'm going to do drugs for no reason. No, there are things that drive people to do the things that they do, and you don't get to just put that on for cool points because it's not cool. And I think it ignores the reality. Low-key, maybe I would be fine with it if they posted the video and then donated $20 million to like a nonprofit after-school boys club that tries to keep boys off the streets. Would I be chill with it then? I don't know. But there has to be some acknowledgement there, and there is none. It's just a profit incentive to them. And I find that really, really not okay. And when I say them, I mean the company. It doesn't make sense for you to make trap music when your country doesn't even allow weed. Like, hello? I'm confused. Additionally, just musically, there is a lot of what feels like recycling and being very, very closely inspired by music from artists that already released it like 10, 15 years ago. And then they're like K-pop fans don't actually listen to the Black artists. They just listen to the K-pop and they think it's new and fresh and funky and fun. Baby, this is almost a throwback even because other people did it first and they're not getting recognized for their work. And their work actually, respectfully, is like coming from their experiences and the things that they're going through. And now somebody else can just grab the pretty parts of it, package it up, and then serve it to you on a silver platter. Like it's an uncomfortable thought, at least for me. I think the most important thing is respect. If your company has people at several levels who are English speaking, then you guys have all the access you need to learn how to be more sensitive to the Black artists and creatives that you work with and the Black consumers. Because at the end of the day, they're making you a lot of money. The least you can do is respect them. And as fans, it's your responsibility to not try to make excuses for everybody under the sun. I think you shouldn't just be like, oh, so this artist is a horrible person and we should burn them at the stake. But you shouldn't be trying to make excuses and be like, they could never do any wrong, they're always right either. We can't live in the extremes. We have to just be kind of normal for once. I know that's hard for you because you like K-pop, but you can try, right? At the end of the day, it's the 21st century. If I can learn that the eldest person at the table is going to eat first, and that K-pop idols are going to have Chuseok off, you can learn how to be more racially sensitive if you want to have a global company. Simple as, yeah? Simple as. All right, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Definitely let me know what you think, and if there's any other videos that you'd like to see from me, leave a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe so I can see you next time. All right, bye!